All right, hello everyone. So this is a short video of how to use the whiteboard for your teaching. Okay, this is the website Whiteboard.fi for you to enter. And once you get into this website, you just need to hit on sign in. I've already got an account, so I can just using my account to sign in. Okay. You will be seeing a window somewhere over here asking you for the username and password. That's pretty standard. Once you sign in, you'll be able to see your teacher's dashboard looking like this form. Okay. And what I usually do for my teaching in the math is I can just go ahead and simply click a start live session. And I just go ahead, call the name. Suppose I'm teaching, say, pre-algebra. I can just go ahead and type in pre-algebra. You can set the session expirations in 2 hours, depending how long your class is. Also, this is a very useful tool if you do want to have your session to remain on your dashboard for a longer time. You can keep it for longer times. Okay, you can select a longer period. I typically pick 2 hours. Okay, and I'll go ahead and start a new session. Once I have my new session, they will ask you, do you want to start the blank or load from library? I typically would start from the blank whiteboard, but if you have anything you already with, you can go ahead and load it from your library, all right? But that requires you to do some work ahead of time of uploading your documents into the library. But feel free to start from the blank whiteboard. In my case, I will be getting this page right here, and a student can now join using the session pin, or I typically would just go ahead, you can just copy this link and send the link through your Zoom chat to the students, right? And the students will be getting this link in the Zoom, and they can just hit the link. So I'm going to join the session simply pretending I'm a student from another device. Hold on a minute. Okay, so bear with me. I'm gonna go ahead and join. Yeah, so I will need to go on my browser. If I'm doing that as a student, I will just go ahead and also go to Whiteboard.fi and I can just join the session. If I'm a student, I can just also use this pin code 555981 to join the session and simply pretend my name is test student, right? So once I join the session as a teacher, you should be able to see right here on your screen, you'll be able to see this as test student. If you have multiple students, you can see multiple blocks of students coming up over here, and you should be able to see their work while you are having your class session going on. So as I teach math, typically I'll be writing some questions on the board, or I can take a screenshot from my class notes handout for them to work on. For example, let's do next problem, right? Suppose I can write it on the screen. So you can go ahead and click the tool in the left. Suppose I'm ask them to solve the equation 2x plus 5 equal to 3x. That's a very simple equation. And what I can do is I can simply hit the students over there, and I can push my whiteboard to the students. It gives you the option of choosing the current page only. Okay, I will be doing current page only because that's pretty convenient for students to getting the exact page you're working on. So push. And as of now, the student will be getting this page, and you can go to the student page to see their work. So let me pretend that test students, I'm working on it. Okay, so I'll be doing this as Okay, so I'm going to say 5 equals x. All right, so I have pretended myself to be the student, and a student can do this on their board. And as a teacher, you can go ahead and just go to their board and you can see their work, and you should be able to hit this left tool again and use your pen. Okay, of course, you can choose different colors and do your comments. Sometimes you can also put the emojis there for liking the student's work, right? This will be especially encouraging for students of younger age. Once you get out of this, you can just hit exit and then you can go back to your own page. This is first page, and suppose I do the second page, I have another question where I say practice this next problem. 5 times x plus 2 equal to 3 times 2x minus 1. And again, I can hit students and I push this board to the students. Now, if you go ahead and just do current page, students will be getting your current page. And they can work on their page here, right? These are going to be their work. All right. And once again, you can go to the student page and then do your comment here. Okay. Whether this is good or not, you can comment on their page. You can always hit the exit to get back to your own page. And if you have multiple students, you should be able to see multiple blocks over here, as we mentioned before. So you should be able to go into each individual student's board to do your comment or make any annotation. Yep, so that's pretty much how we do use the whiteboard. I found it very convenient of being able to see students' activity on the board and make any recommendations or revisions on their board live. Once you, the good feature of this Whiteboard.fi is once you finish your session, you're able to download your every annotation you've done throughout the session. So you can just go ahead and hit this button for library, and you can just download it as PDF. And once you do download it as PDF, you will be able to get a PDF file of your recent work. So let me share what I see from my PDF file of download. This is going to be the first page, what I wrote on my board, and this is the second page of what I wrote on the board. And the students can have access of your notes once you upload this to your class management system. All right, so that's pretty much what I do use my whiteboard. And once again, if you go back to your teacher's dashboard, right? If I go back to the whiteboard and go to my teacher dashboard, you will be able to find your previous sessions if it hasn't expired. Okay, you can retrieve that previous session once you finish your lesson. All right, so that's how you can use the whiteboard very quickly for your online teaching. Hope this helps.